Oh, that was a very,
so nice.
very, very crisp slap.
That was so nice.
We're back.
Welcome back.
We're still in the same game of chess.
This was probably about 10 minutes after part one, but this would have been probably about a couple of days for you. So I'm glad you came back.
How were your last couple of days?
How are you doing?
Tell me. Nothing.
Nothing. They clearly want some info.
Anyway.
Part two, welcome. We spoke about goal setting in the part one. I hope you listened to that one because that was very juicy. Probably there was a lot of rambling, but that's what you're here for as well.
Some shit talking, some rambling, and just getting to the point eventually, you know? But Danny, why are you here?
Ooh, why am I here?
Why are you here?
Why am I getting Tasty Pops for starters? Jeez.
That is the question also.
That is the question. Why? Oh my God, again.
Shit. Do you want me to take this one?
No, we're just going to roll with it. We're going to talk about the why. The power of the why.
Your why.
What is your why?
Our why.
Our why? Your why?
My why. Your why.
Whose why?
Wait. Anyway, what is your why? Why do you actually want to achieve the results you want to achieve? Why are you listening to us two talk?
Exactly.
That is the real question.
And the why is, well, we made this as a specific take, and because for the reason it's so important, and
It is extremely important.
it's extremely important.
Actually, the most important.
Yeah. Belief systems. You thought that was the most important.
It just keeps getting more important.
It gets more important. So, if you're tuning in from the start, it's getting more important for me.
If you're starting now, still go back and watch the other ones because they're more important than this. But if you're watching this one now and you've watched the other two, this is the most important.
This is the most important because you're up to this point. This is the most important shit you
Absolutely.
need to know right now. The power of the why. It's essentially the foundation of anything. Every decision that you do, there is always a why behind it. Why do you brush your teeth? Why do you shower? Why do you fucking get sunlight? I don't know.
What the fuck?
Does that work?
Why do you get sunlight? Why are you walking around in the sun with no sunscreen? Pull your head in.
Dude, safety is cool.
Slip, slop, and slap, please. But yeah, why are you here? Why do you want to actually improve yourself? Why do you want to improve yourself? Why would somebody want to improve themselves? This is the part that most people skip. They might set the goal. Let's say maybe they do set the goal, they set an intention, they figure out who they ideally want to be. They do all the things that we spoke about already, but they skip this part. What happens?
Well, they would usually, they'll fall short for sure on their goals because they didn't have the foundational roots on what is going to make them, not necessarily why they want to achieve it, but it gets to a point on why they need to achieve it. And there is a very big difference in that. And it's based on the levels of your why. How deep does your why go?
Massively. The thing that I say to my clients all the fucking time, anybody can do the thing when it's easy or when they're feeling motivated. I like to think of somebody's compelling why as like a low motivation level cure, you know? So you're relying on something bigger than just feeling good at the time or because I want to or because I'm feeling motivated right now. If you have a compelling enough reason why you're doing the thing, you're going to do it on your bad days, on your good days, whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of the reason why we drill this so much before we even start somebody on their journey. Because, I don't know if I've said this before, but there's no point doing something, that doesn't work here, eh? No point doing something now, if you're not going to end up doing it in 6 months.
6 months.
Or something.
Exactly.
Every video. I'm just going to drop that in every single video.
Every single bite.
So you make sure that it's in your subconscious mind as part of your belief system, that sort of stuff.
It's a Jamie Crow quote.
It's a split shift quote.
Jamie Crow quote. There was actually, speaking of quotes, there's actually one of my favorite quotes of all time is something he's he's like a philosopher. His name's Friedrich Nietzsche.
Good bloke.
Sweet guy. I'm sure he was he's a sweet guy. But he says, he who has a powerful why can bear almost any how. So what does that actually mean is that if your why is so relevant to you, it is there is, like I said, it's not a want. These goals are a necessity. The how really doesn't fucking matter because you're gonna do it anyway. You want to have that in that desire to want to achieve it. Now, when we're looking at why, we have to navigate, especially as coaches, we have to navigate what makes obviously a client tick, but what makes you tick at the end of the day through different sort of forms of like, where you gather that, I guess, motivation in a way. Because why is technically your own personal motivation. It's not David Goggins. It's not that, motivational YouTube channel that you'll listen to just to get that little spark up and just get you going for that one session, but then you'll fall off the next day. It is your own personal motivation. It is your why, for your goals, and it only resonates mostly with you. It'll probably resonate to other people, but your why is yours. It'll only resonate with your goals.
It is true.
So
It's very true.
How do we actually, my voice again.
We got to let that go to the keeper, eh?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I need some strepsils.
We've got to sort this out. There's been like 3 videos in a row
I think my
with
nodes
the
are
testy
fucked.
pops. Mine was bad last week. His is still going.
I think my nodes are fucked. I think
Your nose?
Nodes.
Oh, your nodes.
Nodes.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
I know.
Now, I think someone said it. Nodes. Anyway, when you're looking at the power of the why, you gather, we can draw energy from certain areas, right? And it's a matter of perspective. A lot of goals that are usually, like set out, usually relates to obviously future. It's in somewhere where you want to look forward to in the future. A lot of it can be related to something that's more positive. I want to lose 20 kilos. I want to look great. I want to look in a bikini, look awesome in a bikini. That's a common one. Feel great in my own skin. Those things that are really attractive and something that you want to, you have like that desire of relates to like pleasure or reward, say, future tense. But that is just one piece of the puzzle, isn't it, Jimbo?
It's massively one piece of the puzzle. And I think that, like we spoke about with goal setting yesterday, let's say you nail all the right things, you go through your SMART goals, you go through your belief systems, you go through all the things that we've run through already. If you haven't first found out why you actually want the thing at a deep level, there's no way you're going to continue to do the thing long enough so that you can achieve the result and keep it on your bad days. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing. So when a lot of people come to me and they'll say, I want to lose 20 kilos. And I say, okay, cool, why? And they might say, because it'll make me feel happy. And they leave it at that. Danny, what else would make somebody feel happy?
Drinking on the weekend.
Yes.
Chockies, man.
Yes. All those things make you feel happy right now.
Yes.
And let's put yourself in this position. Put yourself in this position.
Okay.
Let's say your goal is, I want to hit X amount of calories and I need to make sure that I'm going for my walk after work tonight.
Correct.
Okay, you work 9 to 5. Not split shift. You work 9 to 5, you're going for a walk after work.
Yep.
You have the shittest day at work.
Yep.
You have the shittest day. Your boss is riding up the wall. You were late to that meeting. Everybody yelled at you. You were taken to HR. All this sort of, all fucked up shit happened.
Yep.
You get home. Your kids are riding up the wall also, screaming, all this sort of shit. Your partner just wants to have a chat. You're like, fuck you. I'm going to sit on the couch. You know that I need to go for that walk. What are the odds that you go for that walk?
Minimal.
Minimal.
Very, very
If
minimal.
your why is, I want to do this to make me happy, that is zero chance that's going to happen.
It's too surface level. So the thing is that when you're looking at the power of the why is that it's very important to look deeper than just, because when you it's usually when you, for the first initial thought of your goals, is probably actually just the surface. And just the tip of the iceberg of what the potential of the deeper roots of what your actual why is. Yes, it might make you happy, but define your happiness. Go further down that track. We mentioned before is that, pleasure and reward, looking forward to the future is one piece of the puzzle. But when you're going into those, that scenario, like you just mentioned, you have to look to find a way to be able to say, no, I need to go for this walk. Not because I want to, because chances are you probably don't fucking want to. Because it's so much easier to just lay on the couch and eat like shit and, just not do anything about it. So look deeper. And where we look to look deeper is that, yes, you can look forward to the path ahead, but do not forget why you want to leave your first position in the first place.
Absolutely.
And what does that relate to?
What does it relate to?
Yeah.
No idea.
No idea?
What are you talking about?
We don't really use fitness, to be honest.
What does it relate to?
Yeah, it relates to pain.
Oh, pain, absolutely, yeah. You need the stick and the carrot.
The stick
you need to
and
be
the
chasing
carrot,
the carrot. So why do I want to do this? Because I want to be better, I want to grow. But also, I need to run away from that thing. I need to run away from that fucking stick because if I stay here, I'm going to be in massive pain, not now, but also I'm going to be in more pain in 5 years. I'm going to be even more disgustingly in pain in 10 years, if I choose to stay here. But the majority of people avoid thinking about those things. So why use that example before? Because it is one of the most common examples I get on a daily basis from clients. They're like, I've had the shittest day at work. My kids are absolute fucking shits. There's no way I'm going for my walk. I skip my walk. I'll make up for it later. That happens once. It happens twice. It happens 3 times. Starts happening more times than not in an average week.
Exactly.
There's no way that person is achieving that result, let alone maintaining any sort of, positive lifestyle. So what we need to do is actually ask some questions and make yourself feel relatively uncomfortable, because your actual compelling why is under the cover. It's going to, for you to actually get to that level, you're going to need to delve into the depths of your personality, the depths of your mental state, all that sort of stuff, to find why you actually want to change where you're at now. Because if you're going to the effort of changing where you're at now to chase a new future, there's a reason for it.
And there's a good reason under there as well.
There's a good reason. If your reason is, I want to do this because I want to be happy, I want to be happier, so many things will make you happy right now, so you will not need to do anything. And that's the biggest thing.
It's so true. It's so true. And then that's the thing is, like, when your why becomes so compelling, and when you have such a, at least like a great why, you've looked through the depths, like you got vulnerable with yourself, because you had to. Like, you needed to know why you have to change from the position that you are to move to that better version of yourself, like we spoke about before, but also needing to leave the same position you are in. You will, no matter what, you will find a way to get it done. You will go for that walk. You will take that effort to meal prep in. You will, encompass things like delay gratification. You will do the hard shit first, and maybe the relaxation may come after, because you have a task at hand. You have something bigger to reach out for, and it's all built under the foundations of your reason why. So you got to look into that brain, look deep.
And one thing that I like to do first before I unpack this with the client is look at what their values are in their own life, because everybody's different. Like, some people value work, some people value their family, some people value, say, friendships, some people value their time alone, some people value travel. And if we can relate whatever this result is to whatever their personal values are, it becomes way more compelling. So let's say somebody's value is, I want to go travel with my partner. But at the moment, they're in a place where they're super unfit, they got fucked up knees, they can barely walk, they're overweight, they haven't had sex with their partner in 6 months, or they do it with the lights off.
Real talk.
So they can't they can't be fully themselves in that relationship. We need to be able to relate this to that, because that is that's where their values are.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Instead of being like, why do you want to lose 20 kilos? Oh, because it'll make me happy. Well, no, it'll actually make me be able to pursue my life goal of traveling the world with my partner who I love, and we'll be able to actually be intimate again fully, and actually explore each other and explore the world together in a limits off way. That is going to be the thing that's going to keep you going when you feel like shit after work.
And exactly, and see how just from a classic scenario of looking into your values and looking further down into your goal, you go from a one line of just like, yeah, it'll make me happy, to a whole magnitude of not just one reason, not just one why, to be honest. It's a multitude of different whys that's so relevant to your core values, like that example where you've allowed yourself to open up the floodgates of just like, no, it's this. There's so much more to that. And now you have so many different forms, I guess, of motivation of just, you can, like, even if it's like when shit hits up the wall, I'm like, you don't have just one good reason to do it. Even that's a surface level. It's literally multiple. Literally. So many. And it's like, and it's so special as like a coach, where even like we get like goosebumps because you're like, holy fuck, like this is, you can tell like in their eyes, it's full of like how they speak, and and the times where like clients have cried in, talking about their why, it makes us be very grateful to be part of their journey because this means a lot to them. It means a lot to you, but figure out why it means a lot to you.
Absolutely. And in that example, though, we can bring that back to how Danny was talking about pleasure and pain, or carrot and stick. So that example I just gave about traveling the world, intimate with your partner, enjoying life like that. You need that carrot. You need that, okay, this is the reason why I'm being pulled there.
Yeah.
But then also, you do need that pain, you need that stick. So what will be the result of me staying here? What will be the result of me skipping my walks all the time, or not prepping my food, or whatever it is, the small things? And it might be, okay, cool. Ultimately, I won't be able to travel the world. Ultimately, my knees are only going to get worse.
Yep.
So I might not be able to walk at all. I love going on hikes. I won't be able to hike. I won't be able to be intimate with my partner, which the relationship might end up failing. I might have a divorce on my hands, On top of that, I want to be able to have kids, all that sort of shit. So you do need that carrot and you do need that stick. If you don't have both, or if you don't have both, you might still get there. But if you do have both, your odds of achieving X result and then also maintaining it goes through the fucking roof.
Absolutely. And I'm like that you said, because with the carrot is that another great form of coming from a place of pain is look at it from like a perspective lens as well. Just like, well, what if you're in the same position now? Something I usually say a lot with my clients is that if you're in the same position right now in 12 months time, how would you actually feel? Because I'm like, if you're exactly the same as you are, or even worse, that would be shit. And I'm like, and of course, like a lot of clients say like, oh no, I feel really down. I feel really disappointed. I feel let down and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, now you know that you don't want to be in the same position you are in the next year or the next couple of years. I'm like, you want to build that best version of yourself. You want to elevate yourself. You want to succeed in your goals. I'm just like, so there's no fucking excuse for you to do those, those tasks that you set out to achieve every single day to the pursuit of that best version of self.
100%. So you just need to make everything that you're doing, you need to make it so easy for yourself. And the easiest way to do that, the best way to do that, is by giving yourself an undeniable reason to get the shit done, regardless of how you feel. So when you are setting these goals, when you're setting your why, put yourself in that position, in that mindset, in that state that you're in when you're at the end of that worst day at work.
Yes.
When your kids are fucking nagging you and you know you need to do these things because you said you're going to do the things. Put yourself in that state when you're setting that goal. Put yourself in that state when you're setting that why.
Yep.
Don't do it when you're fucking all motivated and driven and all that sort of stuff, because that doesn't last. You need to be ready and prepared for your shit days.
Motivation's awesome when it's there. And it's unreal. I'm like, you're G'd up, you're amped up, you're ready to go, you're a go-getter, you're getting it done. But that is so short-lived so much of the time. It's probably there, like, let's say half the time, not even. I'm like, what are you doing when things are great? Things are tough. And the reality is that it's not all fucking smooth sailing. And on those times where it's tough, it's where you got to really delve back into your why. I'm just like, oh my God, just why do I want this? Why do I want to do it? And that could be enough, especially if you have a compelling why. That will be enough to be able to say, get back up, do that task, get it done. And you'll fucking thank yourself. You really thank yourself in the future.
100%. And it's temporary as well. Like, you don't need to be this rigid with everything forever. Once these actions that you're trying to take day to day, like we're talking about in the last video with goal setting, once your procedures and systems are in place and they become a habit and it becomes part of your overall lifestyle, you don't have to think about this shit.
Exactly.
I don't think about training every day now. Like, even though we're personal trainers, it's a lot easier for us. But it's just part of who we are now,
It's just a thing that you just do.
Yeah.
Just do without thought, without question.
Absolutely.
That's what you do.
And once it becomes that, and it can become that, and it will become that with enough consistency for an extended period of time, it will become that for you. But until that point, you need to do this work. Otherwise, you will never get to that point where it becomes easy. It won't be hard forever.
It won't be hard forever. So stay with the consistency. Create that compelling why. And that's maybe even a task for you. If you're listening to this right now, if you reflect back on your why and ask yourself, is this a good reason for me to achieve my goals?
On my shit days.
Especially on your shit days.
On my fucking bad days. Not on my good days. Will this make me get out of bed on my shit day?
And it's just like belief systems as well. If your why is not absolute, so if you ask that same question and say, yeah, I think so, not good enough. you have to say, yeah, fucking oath. No, it is my good reason.
And the way you find this is, like I said, relate it back to your values, but also treat it like almost like an onion. You're just peeling back the layers. Oh, I want to lose this weight to, have a better relationship. Why? Oh, because, I'm not being intimate. Why? All this sort of stuff. Peel back those layers until you get to a point where you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit, I actually didn't even think of it like that. It's not I want anymore, it's I need to change.
And a great indicator, if you know that you've nailed your why, you are going to feel some sort of emotion. You are going to feel some level of frustration or, anger, sadness, something, or even on the reward side, excitement, thrill. Like these are the emotions, like you're going to get some sort of response where, if your goal of if your why is too super surface level, it might just be almost brush off, yeah, sweet. But if your why is super compelling, super relevant to you, it will start to spark some sort of emotion inside of you. And that's when you're on the right track.
100%.
Power of the why, baby.
Power of the why.
And that's it.
Oh, shit!
Cut!
No way!
Cut!